Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing details. Today, we're discussing a accessible watch from a famous master watchmaker, Stephen McGonigal. He of the other horological brothers, the ones from Ireland, has decided to create a sub-brand, Magon, which creates more accessible, albeit still luxury timepieces. The timepiece you see here is part of the brand's debut for the 2022 model year. This is the Magon Fórsa Titanium Chronograph, a blackened titanium 250-piece limited edition. The watch is large. It's 43 millimeters wide, not including the crown or chronograph pushers. It's 15.5 millimeters thick and 56.5 millimeters from lug to lug, with a 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Though the watch has a lot of references to the Irish origins of the designer, it is nevertheless a Swiss-made timepiece. On my wrist, we'll take a quick look. It's large. Again, I think you need a bigger wrist than mine to wear this. I'd recommend it for a wrist of no less than 17 centimeters circumference. Here's how it looks on 16. You can see that those lugs are right out to the edge and maybe even a little bit over the edge. So again, bigger wrist, better. You can see that it is a big watch with a lot of personality, though it's not a heavy watch. Being mostly sapphire and titanium, it feels lighter than its size would imply. The strap is a high-grade piece. You can see on the bottom, it is textured and designer rubber we have a large rectangular scale alligator leather in matte black on the top with a monotone stitch and a little bit of stuffing or bolstering to add volume. Taking a look, there is some gusseting here in rubber so that the pin of the buckle won't gouge the strap. I like to see that. Here you can see the buckle, and it is a pin buckle, Magon branded. It too is blackened titanium. The case is simple. It almost looks as though it's a weathered stone or a piece of beach glass, but it's got a tonneau shape that'll be agreeable to those who are fans of the Franck Muller and Richard Mille school of modern watch design. The timepiece also features a great deal of subtlety for something that is, at first glance, rather brutal in size. You can see that there is a sort of dual serration or dual knurling of the crown, which is an inverse conical profile. We have shouldered ovoid chronograph pushers. You can see that there is a cambered crystal over the dial, and it's a non-round crystal that's been made water resistant to 100 meters, which is deeply impressive. You can see that the numerals actually rise. They're not numerals, they're indices, but they rise above the dial. While they are integral to the dial, you can see that they do have height, width, and length, 3 dimensions. We have ovoid subregisters and teardrop-like individual hands. We also have a counterweighted green chronograph seconds hand, again green, reminding us of the Emerald Isle origins of the McGonigal brothers. This is a Stephen McGonigal project, and you can see he opted for a no-date dial for better balance. Let's do a quick lume shot. One of my favorite features here is that there is a loomed counterweight to the chronograph seconds hand. All 3 subregisters are loomed, and not just the hands, also the scales themselves, and the Magon logo is loomed. This is a cool watch in the dark. It's got a lot more than I expected. The timepiece features a La Joux take on the Valjoux 7750. So this is La Joux 7772, and it's a high grade of it as well, based on the hairspring and the balance spec. You could see that green Magon rotor. It's considerably upgraded over a standard 7750. For instance, the power reserve is 55 hours, and it features a column wheel rather than a cam system for cycling the chronograph. So you can see individual numbering out of 250 pieces. It is 100 meters water resistant. The movement is based on the 7750's oscillating pinion clutch design. You can sort of see that. You can see the clutch and the clutch spring right there, which means that when the chronograph engages, if you hold and press, there's almost no jump, stagger, or extraneous movement to the chronograph seconds hand. An oscillating pinion has very little play in it, so it generally starts almost as smooth as a vertical clutch. So unidirectional automatic winding, 55-hour power reserve, 4 Hertz beat rate. It does have a stop seconds feature, column wheel oscillating pinion engagement system, and all of this pivots on 28 joules. It has a simple grayscale decoration. It's good looking, it's high grade, but it's also a workhorse, which means it is tough. This is a handsome watch and a great way to get into a cool, independent watchmaker's sphere. A lot of watchmakers, from Stepan Sarpaneva to Hajime Asaoka to now Stephen McGonigal, are deciding that there needs to be a point of entry to independent horology, and that's exactly what this watch represents, the first model from a new brand. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.